Ladies, gentlemen, and my often forgotten, but certainly not by me, sealed medium clues, welcome to the channel and welcome to another episode of Trillionaire. In the last episode, we did take quite a hit from Necromancy, but happened to bounce back in terms of GP. We're setting still right about 7.5. This is about a day after upload. Yesterday, I did a couple hours of rasial just to help farm out the KC a bit more. Didn't see any drops there, but today I think I'm going to do a bit more rasial and I'll give y'all an update if we get anything. Now, obviously, like I stated in the last episode, the main goal of this episode is to turbo send my ancient scale stack to the moon. However, I also want to finish off 120 necromancy in this video. Now, you might be thinking, well, doing necromancy, you do rituals that cost money. Why would you be doing that? And the simple answer is I'm not going to do rituals. I'm just going to sit at rasial or rasial or however you want to enunciate that, boss. So just doing some quick maths, we need 104 mil XP, roughly speaking, for the 120. I'm sitting roughly at 32 mil XP, so that's about 72 mil XP that we need to get the 120. And rasial gives a decent amount of combat XP. He actually gives 18,000 XP per kill, and kills right now, at least at the time of recording, with Death Skulls being the best ability in game. Kill times are in the low 1 minute territory, so that would be about 4,500 kills for me to finish the 120. So if I think I do some quick farming, I could probably knock this out in a couple weeks. And then we'll have the rest of that time to just send the ancient scale stack to the moon with necromancy, and I'll hopefully have gotten enough drops by that point to then just go ahead and keep a T95 set for my own, just kind of as an Iron Man thing. I think that'd be kind of fun. If not, I'll just buy the set when it's at its lowest point. But I think that is enough talking, and it is time to do some bossing. I'll let you guys know if I got any drops at rasial in the form of a progress update, so let's go ahead and get this started.
We ain't gonna do this. Our neck's out there on the road. This car's gonna be in the road.
Alrighty, just gonna do a quick update here about the progress so far. As you saw, we got a couple drops. I've already done about, I'd say, anywhere from 5 to 7 hours of rasial, and I've changed up the preset just a little bit. As you can probably tell, I am wearing the tier 95 weapons and the tier 95 armor, and my cash stack is down to 4 bill. Now, here is the thought process behind purchasing this armor rather than just Iron Manning it myself. So for getting 120, I still have to do right now about 3,800 rasial kills. And if I keep the average around 53 seconds, which the current metas allow, compared to the average of about 105 to 107 that I was getting with the tank armor setup, over the course of that many kills, I believe it's almost 20 hours, if not more than 20 hours worth of time save in the end. And so I figure I will do that and then just sell every single drop that I get. Monday coming up, I believe there are some changes for necromancy that are coming up. I don't know if Death Skulls is going to get changed, but I'm just going to keep farming this boss as long as I can on this super fast average to knock out as much KC as possible, and I'll just highlight the drops, maybe the level ups, and maybe some funny moments if I'm sitting in a voice chat or something, or just a funny fail happens. You will see it all. So without further delay, let's go ahead and run this montage. 111 necro, let's go.
Why are you dying inside?
Because I just got 8 medium spiky orichalcum salvage. And you're jealous.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Oh my god!
Wing.
Oh!
Fuck, that's nice right there.
You might even be able to use the freaking audio too. Look at that.
No shot! Oh my god! Alright, so time for another update. As far as my rasial progress is concerned, we've made quite a bit here. I'm at about 1600 KC, and I'm still just missing the foot wraps for the completion log, and I'm still missing the foot wraps for the collection log, but I've been getting decently lucky. My luck has turned around a little bit, but I'm right around the 1 in 100 drop rate. Although I have started a little bit of a dry, I was on quite a bit of a dry streak from about 1300 till about now, and then I got a weapon set kind of recently. So I guess I'm not super close to 1 in 100, which is about the estimated drop rate of this place, but I've made quite a bit of money. We're still setting on about 7 bill for the cash stack right now, but I do have the full armor set, the full T95 set, and I have a weapon set here. Now these items have crashed a lot since I purchased them, but not a whole lot. I paid about 300 to 500 mil each for all of the armor pieces, and I believe I paid like 800 each or 900 for the... Actually, I think the main hand I paid 1.1, the offhand I paid around 800. They have crashed a decent amount, but it's not too big of an issue. It's been a lot of fun using these. And originally I was going to do a bunch of ED1, like I had said, but Ancient Scales for some reason, I guess because, you know, it's not necromancy and it's not the world's easiest to use range right now, Ancient Scales have gone from about 1.1 mil to 700k each. So ED1 profits are down a bit right now. Kind of everything's down, honestly. Like Bow of the Last Guardian pieces are down in the gutter, FSOA pieces are down in the gutter, Glaycore drops are dropping. Everything seems to be crashing if it's not a Necro item, but even Necro items are crashing. But we're not going to let that stop us. However, I did come up with a method for Raksha here. I know I talked about Raksha a bit in the last one. I didn't do too much with it. However, if you look here, my solo PB right now is a 136. Now that kill was kind of handed to me on RNG, but what I've been doing is I've been playing with a preset here. Let me see if I find it. Ah, yeah, there it is. So we drag it up here, and all right, it appears that I somehow overwrote my preset. I'm not sure exactly where it is right now, but this is a rough example of what I was doing, which is a necromancy and range hybrid setup. And so what I'm doing is I'm basically just copy pasting the rasial rotation for phase 1 through 3 to get a pool skip, and then I have a range swap here to deal with phase 4. And it's been allowing me to get some pretty consistent times in either the 140 to 150 range. Sometimes I get a very fast kill because of RNG in the 130s. Other times I get no RNG and it's like a 2-minute 10. But it's been a lot of fun farming it so far, and I think I'm going to continue to farm Raksha for the near future just because it's a really fast method. I don't know when Death Skulls is getting patched, so I'm kind of waiting for that to see if the method will still work afterwards. But we will keep sending it. Today is Monday. There was no update today, but apparently tomorrow on Tuesday, the 29th of August, there will be an update for Death Skulls, so we will have to see how that plays into it. But that is enough rambling. Let's go ahead and do some more Dino Boss. And maybe some Raziel to go ahead and try and finish off that collection log.
I got 114 Necro. Wow!
And that's the rotation. Yes! Oh, we finished the title! Oh, the commentated kill gets it. Let's go. I'm done. I'm done. I don't have to do the boss anymore. I'm actually done. Oh, I'm done. I don't have to sit here anymore. Thank God. I don't have to sit at this boss anymore. That makes me so happy. $40 scales. Wow. 31 scales doubled into 62 on a scuff kill. That's what we like to see. 51 tokens. Jesus Christ. It didn't even double. So it is once again time to do another update. Currently it is 2 days past when this episode was actually supposed to go live. I've been really trying to get some drops, but we have just been very, very unlucky. So to start off, we'll just talk about Raziel here. I have 2000 KC flat, and I did manage to finish the log, and as you saw in the last update, I was at 1600 KC and I just needed the foot wraps. And well, that is all I saw since 1600 KC. There might have been one drop in there in the 1600s that I'm not remembering, but pretty much from 1600 all the way till 1997, I saw nothing but the foot wraps. But then I just got the foot wraps and finished the log, and I got the 2000 KC, thus finishing the collection log. And I won't lie, I'm kind of tired of this boss. I've already done a similar grind a long time ago. This boss is very reminiscent of Magister. I click Magister here, I have 6200 KC. So I've already kind of done a grind like this before. It's a very monotonous boss. Honestly, I am not the biggest fan of Rasial. I'd give this boss like maybe a solid 3 out of 10. It's pretty unenjoyable. It is the absolute epitome of go in, press the same buttons, rinse and repeat, and there's no prayer flicking you have to do. There's no real anything. There's nothing to keep me really engaged. So I just got to 2000 KC with the log completion and called it there. So I mentioned earlier that ancient scales had gone down quite a bit, so if we just go to Siru, open up the collection, and click off, so that way the Siru thing isn't destroying our eardrums. As you notice, I am almost at 22k scales, and by the time this video releases, I will have passed 22k. We're just over 100 fishy treats. I went ahead and did more ED1. I had stopped around the, I think it was the 600 scale mark, and then I went ahead and just pushed on through, and we're now sitting around 1400. We have about 1.35 in the chest, and I keep checking them each day, and they are slowly returning to the price that they were at once before, which was around 1.1 mil before Necromancy came out. So there is that. So we're at 6.7 in the cash stack. We add in the 1.3. That is just about 8 bill in total. And the last bit of GP that we were supposed to get was to be from Raksha. However, I am on a dry streak here. I think I've done about 200, anywhere from 150 to 200 kills, and I just have not seen anything. So starting to form a little bit of a dry streak here. However, we are post Skulls nerf. Death Skulls is setting right where it should be according to Jagex. You know, whether I think that's balanced or not, that's not here or there. I kind of did a unhinged rant video on Necromancy a little while ago, so I'm not going to sit here and really talk about that in this video, but I'm back to a 139 PB. I went ahead and reset the 136 I did. I'm getting consistent 140s to 150s with the same method, and so it is just a matter of time before I do this. Probably going to finish up here. I think I want to go ahead and finish up and then just get the last 30 or so scales for 22k, and then as much time as I possibly can, I will cram into farming Raksha, which I think will round out the episode. So let's go ahead and get those last little bit of scales, and then I will let you know if Raksha gave any drops. Alrighty, I have gone and finished up the last little bit of scales we needed, and I went ahead and spent a couple more hours at Raksha to try and get a drop, but alas, we did not really get anything from Raksha. Raksha has not really been putting out too many drops. This is my collection log. I think, technically speaking, if you use the 23 and 1000 drop rate for any unique and put that out over my KC that I have, I think I'm on like a 1 in 48 drop rate when it's supposed to be like 1 in 44 point, I think 6 or 7. I forget what it exactly maths out to. So I guess I can't really complain too much, but seeing streaks of, you know, a couple hundred kills where all you're getting is boots is kind of annoying, but that's just kind of how this boss goes. Although I think a lot of my, probably 2 or 3 of the lacerations and maybe 1 of the blast diffusions is from Slayer. I don't exactly remember. I used to do the dinosaur task way back when, but I couldn't tell you how many of these boots I have, so it's probably a little bit worse of a drop rate, but it is what it is. It's still a relatively enjoyable boss, doing anywhere from 140s to 150s as far as the kill times are concerned, getting decent kills per hour. I know I've rambled on about this, but it is just kind of a fun boss to do. However, we did manage to, let me get to the collection here real quick. collection and just get off so we don't hear Siru yelling in the background. We did manage to get 22,000 scales exactly. I needed 6 scales on my last run, and we happened to get 6, which is kind of cool. So over the past month, I have gotten 2,000 scales almost exactly. I think I was just barely over 20k, so a decent amount nonetheless. Not exactly the number I wanted to go for, but you know, things come up in real life and other things happen, so the number's not quite as high as I wanted, but it is what it is. And this is the chest, so there's 1,400 scales in here. I think I sold some of the scales early on. I don't quite remember. I think it was when I was trying to buy some of the stuff for necromancy, the armor set, the weapons, other supplies and whatnot. I might have sold off the scales. I can't really remember too much. Because with ED1, as I'm just kind of sending it through the dungeon, the kills all kind of run together, and I don't remember how old this chest is, but we have a nice 1.4 bill in here. So I think as far as ED1, I'm in a nice spot here right now. I don't want to do too much more of the dungeon. I think I'm going to move on to something else, and we can't have the cash stack being below where it was or when we started, so we're just going to add this in. We should get to 8 bill if the numbers add up correctly and everything sells accordingly. So let's go ahead and hit bank all and move on to selling all of the items. So we just hop over to the bank, go to our handy dandy tab, chimes, and the Taiji 2. We'll just go ahead and claim that. I don't know why. Anytime I have the placeholders, I will move the placeholders over to like my commons or my rares tab or something like that, but they always end up popping up here, so I just end up removing them. I don't think I need this for anything, so go ahead and, oh yeah, 4 chimes. Yeah, we'll just eat that. So what I'll do is just go ahead and time lapse this little bit here of selling off a loot. We'll get to the cash stack, and then we'll close out this episode. Alrighty, we have sold everything off and we're above 8 bill cash, which may not seem like much of an improvement from the start of the episode, but you have to remember that we did buy the full T95 set and the weapons. I think that cost me around 2.53 bill. I also spent another 3 bill, roughly speaking, on necromancy itself, getting it to 99 or a little bit after that. I was very impatient and bought a lot of stuff, but I got the 99 quickly, and rasial ended up paying off in that time frame. So had necromancy not come out, we probably would be sitting anywhere on, I'd say like a 14, anywhere from a 12 to a 14 bill cash stack at this point. Give or take a couple things, although maybe not because rasial never ended up coming out, but we are slowly but surely making progress, and I do want to be able to buy gear like this. Definitely helpful having best in slot gear. Necromancy is definitely extremely powerful right now, and these I'm just going to go ahead and toss in the auto alch. Speaking of which, I should probably go check and make sure that it is all cleared out and ready to go. Alrighty, let's see if we got our auto alch all cleared. I don't think there's anything in here. Yeah, there's nothing in here, so I'll put in some nature runes and put some nature runes in this one. I'll check my disassembler just for completion's sake. Yep, nothing in here. So we'll go ahead and toss these in, and we will call it there. Alrighty, they're all filled up and the auto alchers are set. I'll just alch these the normal way, and we will go ahead and close out the episode. Thanks everyone for watching episode 3 of Trillionaire. For episode 4, that one's probably gonna come out the end of October. I have some plans that I haven't really done too much before of. As far as bosses, there's only a few bosses in game I really haven't touched, but this one seems to be really good GP right now, and I'm gonna full send it into oblivion. But you might be asking yourself, which boss might that be? Well, you're just gonna have to find out next time on Trillionaire. Ladies, gentlemen, and I did not forget about you sealed medium clue scrolls. Thank you very much for watching. Your viewership is greatly appreciated. Have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, nighttime, whatever it is, wherever you are, and I'll see you next time for the next episode. Peace.